Hi there. Today we're going to discuss two-step inequalities. Solving two-step inequalities. You would solve a two-step inequality without grouping symbols the same way you would solve a two-step equation. Our first step is to undo the addition and subtraction of the number, which is also called the constant. Step 2 is to undo the multiplication or division of the coefficient, which is the number being multiplied or divided. So, just to recap, first we're going to undo addition and subtraction, then we're going to undo the multiplication or division. But wait, remember, if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must reverse the symbol. Here's our teacher example 1. Solve 2x plus 1 is less than 11. So 2x plus 1 is less than 11. So the first thing we have to do is undo the addition of 1. So how we do that is we subtract 1 on both sides of the inequality. So this 1 minus 1 makes 0. So I'm left with 2x is less than 10. So now I'm left with a one-step multiplication problem. So the opposite of multiply by 2 would be to divide by 2. So 2 divided by 2 makes 1, and so x is going to be less than 5. So if we were to graph this, 5 would be on our number line, a couple numbers before and after. And since it does not include that solution, we're going to have an open circle to the left. Okay, here's teacher example number 2. Solve 8 plus 3x is greater than 14. So our first step is to undo the addition and subtraction of the constant, which is the number. So here, 8 is the number. So how do we get rid of this plus 8? We would subtract 8 on both sides. So 8 minus 8 makes 0. So I'm left with 3x is greater than 6. So here I am now left with a one-step multiplication inequality. So I'm going to now divide by 3 to undo the multiplication by 3. 3 divided by 3 makes 1, so x is going to be greater than 2. So if I'm going to graph this on a number line, do a couple numbers before, a couple numbers after. The solution is not including 2, so it's an open circle, and greater than means move to the right. Okay, so now we're going to do some examples where we're going to have a negative coefficient. So we're going to solve 6 minus 3x is less than or equal to 9. So our first step is to undo the addition or subtraction of the number. The number is 6. So how do we get rid of a 6? Well, we're going to subtract 6 on both sides of the inequality. So 6 minus 6 makes 0. So on the left, I'm left with a negative 3x less than or equal to 3. Don't forget that subtraction sign is also the same as adding a negative. So now I'm left with this one-step inequality where x is being multiplied by negative 3. So to undo multiply by negative 3, I'm going to divide by negative 3. So this negative 3 divided by negative 3 makes 1. So I'm left with x. Because I divided by negative, I have to reverse my symbol. So now it's going to be greater than or equal to negative 1. So when I graph this, I got negative 1. I'm going to put a couple numbers before and a couple numbers after. Because the solution includes negative 1, I'm going to have a closed circle, and greater than means move to the right. Okay, here's our last example. We have x over 4 plus 3 is greater than or equal to 7. So x over 4 plus 3 greater than or equal to 7. So the first thing we want to do is undo the addition or subtraction of the constant, which is just the number. So the opposite of plus 3, minus 3 on both sides. So now we're left with x over 4. Again, this plus 3 minus 3 makes 0. And so I'm left with x over 4 is greater than 4. So x is being divided by 4. So the opposite of divide by 4 is to multiply by 4. So now 4 divided by 4 makes 1. So I'm now left with x is greater than or equal to 16. So when I graph this on a number line, I put 16 here, a couple numbers before and after. Then I have to decide if it's an open circle or closed circle. So this is a closed circle because it includes 16, and then greater than means move to the right. Okay, guys, I hope that video was helpful. Thank you. Bye.